I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, everybody!
Hi!
Welcome back to the Schitt's Creek After Show. My name is Rachel Swindler, lover of all things sitcom comedy. Oh my gosh, here we are again. We've got Schitt's Creek episode 9. What a great episode it was tonight. We're gonna get all into it, but I wanna go ahead and introduce my co-host. And if he's not talking about Schitt's Creek on here, he's talking about it on his Instagram. Give it up for superfan Lauren Kling.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I was talking about it on Instagram and Facebook now, because you know there's those the Schitt's Creek Facebook fan groups, and I love them because people will get together and they'll make meals together. People will have cookies made with sayings from Schitt's Creek and give them to their loved ones. Etsy stores. I love these groups, so that's where I'm hanging out now.
I need to hang out with these people. Oh my gosh, if they're baking stuff like that, give them to me. We also have some really great special segment for you called Senior Superlatives, and we want to hear y'all's opinion as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. We've also got some news and gossip, so stick around, guys. But let's get right into our overall thoughts of the episode. Lauren, what did you think about this episode?
I think you had said cute. It was just nice and wonderful after last week's episode how heavy it got with Ted and Alexis breaking up. And then already a week later, she's back on the dating scene. I was a little shocked how much she cried, in front of her father, but it was that was the one big tender moment of an otherwise really fun and easy breezy scene or episode.
Yeah. I had said they're always funny. I mean, Schitt's Creek is one of the most hilarious sitcoms out there right now. But this episode for me, I laughed a lot. There were so many funny things. I was cracking up at right at the end of the episode that we watched multiple times. The
tourism video.
Tourism
for Schitt's
video.
Creek.
Oh my gosh, how awkward! But we'll get into that later.
Okay.
But that was hilarious. But overall, just a really fun episode. Some touching scenes from Alexis. But I thought overall very well rounded. But the first topic we got to get into is that about Alexis, and she's dating again.
I know, and it's funny because in your mind you're like, for viewers, God, it's only been a week since Alexis broke up with Ted, and then in the episode, her father says, "It's only been a week, Alexis."
Yes, so
or Lexi.
Yes,
that's right.
That's what he called. They already had pet names for each other, Lexi. So, and then we see Alexis. It's not just any man that she's dating. This is like an older man that looks like he's Johnny's age, if not older.
Right.
So I don't know. How would you feel? You don't have a daughter.
No.
How would you feel if your daughter brought home somebody that was 10 years older than you?
I have never, ever thought of this question before. I have cats, so I'm trying to see if it translates, but I think my brain is still processing that. If my cat, Maisel, brought home a cat that was older than me, I probably would have an issue with that. But it was interesting to see how Johnny actually handled being the father for the first time. He and Alexis actually kind of talked about that. He wasn't there for her. How many times did Alexis get in trouble with Stavros or left in some country with Stavros? This is the first time, and it was tender, but we could see that Johnny went too far.
Yeah, he did go a little too far. I can't imagine what I would do if my father inserted himself into a situation like that, because Alexis says, I have this under control. When she was talking to Johnny, she was like, I needed this distraction. I'm so sad. I'm so upset, which I can understand. I've been there before as a single girl trying to distract myself. I distracted myself one time from a breakup with a dog that I still have. So it's one of those things that, yes, I did feel like he overstepped his boundaries a little bit, but can you blame him? He's trying to protect his daughter.
Right.
And yeah, I just think as a father, he was just doing his due diligence.
Of course he was, but it was also fun for him to kind of get tortured with this guy, Artie, who likes to scat to jazz, which I kind of wish that would have been a scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we weren't really expecting Artie to be the perfect man for Alexis, just kind of a silver-haired boy toy.
Silver-haired fox.
Fox, right.
He's a DILF, maybe?
Right.
He does have kids and grandkids and an ex-wife.
Right.
So.
And he's, or a manther. We looked online what you call a male cougar, and one of them was a manther,
Yeah,
like a panther.
A manther. I saw old geezer.
Old geezer.
That
just
gets
sounds
me.
like a great grandfather who was around in the 20s.
Exactly. I thought it was so funny too. The whole scene between all the scenes with Artie and Alexis and Johnny were absolutely hilarious. But I liked what every time she would mention something, she's like, I don't even know what that is. And Johnny's like, well, it's a form of this, like the like the scatting. And I think there was some type of artist that she had mentioned at one point too. And she's like, oh yeah, his work is great.
Right. She had to teach him on text how to double tap to like a post.
That's so funny. Clear age difference, but again, I did love that very intimate scene between them right at the end, saying that, you know, I haven't always been there for you. And that was pretty touching. We saw her get very emotional last week, but we actually saw her break down and cry. And I want to commend her for, like, wow, her acting ability to be able to switch it like that.
Yeah.
Because predominantly over-the-top comedy, and then to switch it to have such a dramatic scene, really, really awesome. But you want to know what else is really, really awesome? And that's our fans. That's you. We love you so much. If you are listening right now or watching us on YouTube, go ahead and give that thumbs up. I'm actually in the chat. Let me see. Oh, well, no one said anything yet, but hey, hop into that live chat. I am on it right now. We'd love to hear from you. We'll shout you out on TV, on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and say hello to us. Tell us what you're thinking, how you feel. If you had a bad day, we're therapists too, so we can talk to you that way. But if you are listening on iTunes as well, give us that thumbs up, because your love is very much appreciated over here. And AfterBuzz has meant AfterBuzz has meant so much to me, and I know it has to Lauren as well. So yeah, we love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, moving on here, we had Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Jocelyn is now working for David and Patrick. So we saw. It started out with them in the Cafe Tropical with in there, and Patrick saying, you know, Jocelyn kind of wants to work, and David wasn't really a big fan of this.
Wasn't at all a fan of this.
He really thought she was going to crash and burn. I mean, when you first heard of it, were you like, I think she's going to crash and burn? I don't think.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, Jocelyn being Jocelyn, she was not going to fit. I'm wondering, would she have even fit in Blouse Barn?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like she would have stumbled and gotten fired at Blouse Barn. So I wasn't expecting anything from Jocelyn. But what's great about the actress, I can't think of Jennifer's last name, is the way she plays that character. Like she's, you know, she really holds everything inside, but lets it out, lets you know how she feels. And she really let David and Patrick know that she's has a kid and needs some extra income. And is it summertime? Is that why she's not teaching, or sabbatical?
I don't know for sure.
Something, but, you know, they do bring her on for a training sesh, which I think is fun.
Got that training session. Yeah, no, that was so funny when she did the guilt trip of, you know, I'm looking for extra money after having a baby. You know, I invested in your father's business.
Oh, right.
She's like, but it's okay. Yeah. I love her character. I want to be her character. She gives me life.
Yeah.
But so we see them actually, you know, she has her first training day, and she makes a very quick sale with some body milk.
Right.
Very quickly. What did you think? We're like, whoa. Can't believe that.
Well, I said body milk. Whoa, I don't know what that is. And if it's not moisturizer, then I'm at a loss. So.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used body milk either, but it's good for people that have just had children.
Yes. And so when the woman said, oh, well, I'm not pregnant, I was like, uh-oh. But then she said, but my daughter is. And then I'm like, okay.
Yes.
So Jocelyn makes the sale, rings the bell, pisses off David, who's kind of flustered. And he said at the top, she's not our brand.
Yeah, she's not on brand. Well, she ended up being on brand, and especially I loved her. Have a very rosy day. I said, yes, I actually love that.
Yeah.
I thought that was super cute. But she ended up being on brand. She made tons of sales. It was the busiest it's ever been. But turn of events, Karma biting David in the you-know-what, she doesn't accept the position. She's like, it's not for me. It's not fulfilling enough.
You're doing a really amazing impression, of Jocelyn.
Thank you.
But that was interesting. That one was a shock to me. The fact that she's like, I don't want to take it because this is not my brand. It was kind of like in her world, she's like,
I know. I wasn't expecting that, but hey, good for you, Jocelyn. You said you didn't want me at first. Well, now it's just not for me. I said, you better go, girl. But she's going back to her tutoring with her.
Right. She'll go to tutoring and send out a resume. I would love to see what her resume looks like. I'll bet there would be a rabbit or a cat kind of in the corner.
There probably would.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It would be clip art.
There'd be a ton of clip art pictures. Let's bring it back to the PowerPoint days here. Okay. So last but not least, though, we have the ever so fabulous, amazing, beautiful, dramatic. She's going to give you a compliment, but then she's going to take it back right after. Moira.
I was wondering who you were talking about.
I know. I was getting to the punchline. Moira, she gets her car egged. Now, I don't think I've been forked before. Do you know what forking is?
No.
One time I had honeycombs and forks all over my my yard.
Okay,
Somebody
got it.
honeycombed and forked my entire yard, which I guess is kind of equivalent to getting your car egged. It's just very high schoolish.
I had my car paper toweled.
There you go.
Which is an upscale teepeed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she gets her car egged. I was very confused at this. I didn't know where it was leading to. She finds Stevie. You're my witness, Stevie. You're going back with me. They go all the way to the council, and then we find out why. She literally said that Schitt's Creek was the last place that she'd ever want to end up in a People magazine review. What the heck?
I know. I thought that was funny. And the only thing she could do was to say, it's the last place I'd ever be, not she'd ever be.
Yeah.
So she's trying to correct the townspeople, trying to read the signs. They weren't angry townsfolk. They were disappointed townsfolk.
Yes. I loved it when Roland was like, can you raise those a little higher? And they were just like raising them higher.
Yeah. It's like Ronnie and Roland are, they're always kind of disappointed in Moira, what she does. Disappointed, not angry.
Yeah.
But just kind of sad at what she does. But what she ends up doing to solve the whole issue, making the tourism video.
Yeah, but you have to remember her first solution of the problem. She said she would do a meet and greet, and she had
that's right.
And she had headshots in her car.
In her boot.
Or in her boot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
which is a trunk, British word for trunk.
I love her so much. But yeah, no, I loved when we got to the tourism video at the end of the episode, which was absolutely epic. I know we took down some quotes from it. The town where I currently am.
Right.
She describes Cafe Tropical as fine.
Uh-huh.
She goes to the apothecary and says, it's nice and quiet in here.
No noisy cash registers here. And then I love the end. If heaven had a creek, it'd be this one.
Oh my gosh. And my personal favorite part was when they were in front of the Rosebud Motel and Johnny and Stevie are standing right beside her and it's zooming in slowly and Stevie's just like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's like, and I'm Johnny. Quiet. Just quiet.
It's a callback to when they hired Ray to do the publicity photos for the hotel.
Yeah.
Same thing with Johnny and Stevie.
And how
Same
awkward,
thing, yeah.
How awkward that was. God, I love the awkwardness. That's me sometimes. Well, most of the time. Sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
what I love about I'm blanking on the actors' names. Emily.
yes, Emily.
Emily.
Is it?
Hampshire.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hampshire,
What I
yes.
love about Emily is you say that the characters kind of wear their feelings on their sleeves. I feel her wearing herself on her sleeve. Like I can kind of see the actress behind the character going like, this is what I look like when I'm in a scared, awkward moment. And it's endearing because I feel bad for Stevie and I feel bad for Emily. I don't know why. That makes no sense.
No, it does.
It does. Explain to me how it does because I don't.
I don't know. She's just awkward and endearing. And you feel
Yes.
like maybe her as a person, they're kind of maybe similar.
Or no, she's playing with this. I think that in person, at least I've seen on Instagram, where I'm always hanging out at Lauren Kling. Emily's wearing the fiercest clothing, especially at the SAG Awards.
Gotcha.
And so I feel like, I think what I'm trying to say is I love how she's playing with this character who I think is opposite who she is in real life, which makes it so much fun because we think about those roles that actors get where they just get to have so much fun.
Yeah, all these actors are having so much fun with this.
Yeah.
I'm like jealous every single time I watch an episode. Like, I want to be there.
How are you doing right now? Are you having fun here?
Yes. Oh
Okay,
my
good.
gosh.
All right.
Of course. You mean on the show?
Yeah, right now, this very moment.
Yes, of course.
All right.
I'm always having fun, especially when I'm talking about Schitt's Creek.
Because you don't look freaked out at all. So I just wanted to say.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
Me. I'm sitting here doing this.
No. Well, I want to get right into our special segment.
Okay.
We've got our senior superlatives.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be so much fun. Lauren, tell everybody all about it.
Okay, so we did this thing last week called Senior Superlatives, and basically it's think about all the characters from Schitt's Creek being back in high school. Who would be voted most likely to blank? Most likely to blank. And my wife and I worked on some of these. You also came up with some answers. So we want to ask you out there who you would pick. So let's do the first one. Biggest flirt. Who would be the biggest flirt?
Biggest flirt. I feel like that's pretty...
It's pretty obvious.
Yes.
Because we've seen it throughout the entire series. So
you picked.
I picked Alexis.
And I picked Alexis.
And you picked Alexis. Total obvious. Class clown. Kind of another obvious one. Roland.
And guys, again, if you're watching right now and you're in the live chat, drop us who you think below, or drop us in the comments below. Who do you think's the class clown? The biggest flirt? Let us know in the comments below or on the live chat.
Right. Okay. Now, the next one I said was cutest couple. Now, there's a bunch of couples. David and Patrick, Alexis and Ted, Moira and Johnny, Roland and Jocelyn. Who did you say?
I said if we were going back to high school, Alexis and Ted would probably be voted.
Right. Would be voted cutest couple.
Cutest couple.
To me... I'm thinking Roland and Jocelyn, but that may also be, the cliques that we might have hung out in.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're awkward, but to me, that's endearing to me.
Yeah.
But as far as king and queen, prom king and queen, definitely Alexis and Ted.
Yeah, I love Jocelyn and Roland. They are my favorite.
Okay,
couple.
All right. I love these one. Most likely to be on MTV's Catfish. Not just most likely to be catfished, but to actually be catfished and then agree to go on the show.
I picked Twyla.
Why did you pick Twyla?
I don't know, because she seems a little bit, I don't know, out of it sometimes and airheady, and that's something that she just seems like that's something she would do. She
would go, yeah, I can totally see that.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Maybe not the first choice, but...
My wife and I picked Ted because he's so gullible, and he would be so nice if somebody said, hey, we'd like you to come on. He would totally agree and say, okay, I'll do whatever I need to do.
Yeah, no, I can see that too.
Okay, all right. Two more. Most likely to sleep through an earthquake.
I said Moira because I think she just maybe have a little too many maybe drugs
or drink a little too much.
Yeah, she'd be a little sedated at the moment.
Right, and my wife said Stevie because she don't give two fucks.
Yep, well that's true
which
too.
Is like she may wake up and not care and then go back to sleep.
No, 100%.
Okay, and then this one's my favorite. Most likely to survive the Hunger Games.
I think I had said Patrick because of the backpacking and hiking episode that we saw. He's very...
In the zip line?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's really into nature, into all that type of stuff.
Okay. And we said... First we said, it's not David. We knew it's not David. And then I suggested Mutt. And then my wife and I, we actually came up with Ray.
Okay.
Who Riz was on our episode last week. We did a fun interview with him.
Yeah.
But he's a jack of all trades. He does a lot of different things. I always said to my wife, well, he's always bright and friendly. And then she said, he'll kill you with kindness. And then I'm like, there you go. That's very Hunger Games. So those are some. We have more we have to do these again next week.
Yes, we have to. Oh
So,
my gosh.
so let us know in the comments if there are any more of these senior superlatives you want to see that we can answer, or if you want to answer the ones we've done here.
Yeah, I love
So-
it. Yeah, let us know, guys. Well, we got to get right into our news and gossip too, and that's going to be
AfterBuzz TV News.
that's right. That's going to be done by our Lauren Kling.
That's right. All right, let's go to picture number 1. If we can put that up on the screen. So from the Hollywood Reporter, they reported that Schitt's Creek nabbed a field-leading 26 nominations for the 2020 Canadian Screen Awards, the National Film and TV Awards. Nominations include Best Comedy Writing plus Best Actor for Eugene Levy, Dan Levy, Catherine O'Hara, and Annie Murphy. Best Comedy. Now, some of the shows they're competing against are a CBC series called Jan, Kim's Convenience, Letterkenny, which I've heard is on Hulu that a lot of people love, and also another show called Workin' Moms. So if you're up in Canada and you get the CBC network, you can watch that on March 29th from Toronto.
Ooh.
All right, one more. Picture number 2, if you can put that up. Schitt's Creek farewell tour. Did you know about this?
Oh my gosh, no.
Yes, there's a total farewell tour coming to your town. It's a night of fun plus behind-the-scenes footage and video clips. 12 dates have been announced thus far. Los Angeles, Phoenix, Orlando, Chicago, Windsor, and Rama, Ontario, Canada, with more to come. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, which would be March 4th. Those are pre-sale tickets. Now, I scoured the internet. I didn't find any pre-sale codes, so I don't know where you get those. I didn't see them on a Schitt's Creek Insta or Facebook groups. And then they go on sale to the general public on Friday, March 6th at 10 a.m.
Wow.
This sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Oh my gosh.
Total whole lot of fun.
100%. I'm getting tickets like tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, we can't find a code. But
Wait, we'll find the code. But anyway, that's the news that's happening.
Yeah, cool. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Well, let's get right into our predictions, though. What we think is going to happen?
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What are you thinking about next episode? What are we thinking, or just in general?
Well, I'm taking a step back because I had no notion that Alexis was already going to be on the dating scene.
Yes.
But it's perfect. So that's going to go. I hope Alexis goes in more places, fun places that we don't know. Still think that I agree with Megan, who's not here this week, that Ted will come back at some point, maybe at the end of the season as a wrap up.
Yeah.
Riz last week was very mum about the last episode, and I feel like fun things are going to wrap up on the last episode, that we're going to get a story from everybody.
Yeah, I definitely think Ted is going to be coming at least to the last episode. There's going to be something with that where he couldn't stay away from her. So I'm kind of agreeing with Megan too on that. I don't know why. I feel like this episode kind of hinted to that with this whole jumping really quickly into that, her still being so upset and sad. We don't want to end the season with Alexis being depressed or sad.
Right.
So I think something is going to wrap up with Ted.
Right. But you know what's interesting, this episode in particular, we just kind of watched everybody go through life. There was nothing that hinted at, something big is developing. Mm-hmm. So I really don't have a prediction except for Ted.
Same. I feel like I'm in the same boat with you. I feel like we just kind of saw bits and pieces of their lives, but it didn't really allude to anything more to come. So,
yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching with us. My name is Rachel Swindler. You can find me on Instagram at Rachel Swindler or on Twitter at Rachie Swin. Lauren, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Lauren Kling, LORENKLING, and also on Monday nights for Better Call Saul after show. Oh my gosh, that show's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us, and we'll see you next week, you little shits.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.